Hello, it's been kind of a long time for me. It probably won't seem like a long time for you because of the way that I sort of backlog and edit my videos, but it has been like a month or two without me getting any real major purchases or having many orchids in bloom right now. I think the only orchid I have in bloom is my Brassavola nodosa, and actually I have a Phalaenopsis KS Super Zebra that's coming into bloom. I just remembered that the bloom was opening yesterday, so maybe I'll show you a little sneak peek at the end. Maybe I won't. Please don't stay tuned for that because I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. But what I'm opening here is my birthday present. So this year I decided to, I don't know if I've ever gotten a birthday present from Norman's Orchids, but this year I decided to do that. I feel like normally when I get like a Christmas or birthday present, I do it from Hauserman's, but this year I had some orchids die actually recently, like within the past month, that Norman still has in stock, so I kind of wanted to replace them because I think they're really cool species and hybrids that I got. And this looks all funky because the delivery person left it like in the bushes kind of. I think they were like trying to hide it or whatever. Thank you, but girl, there's all types of who knows what's in the bushes, so I just sprayed it down with isopropyl alcohol when I got it in. Let me see what this is. Is this my personal information? Yes, it is. So let me show you, they have a packing slip that they will give you some information on how to open the orchid box and how to water your plant, which is good because not every nursery, orchid or otherwise, sort of gives us general care information. And I do find it to be kind of accurate, like the no repotting, watering the plant is kind of helpful, I guess, if you've never grown orchids before. And then they have some of this. I don't necessarily believe in Mega Thrive personally. I'm not a Christian. I'm just kidding. But I don't really believe in it. But they do sell it there, and if you like to use Mega Thrive, they have it in Norman's Orchids. Yeah, anything with like plant vitamins, I'm kind of like, I don't know. So here they are. Let me just dump all this out and then I'll be back. Okay, so here are the orchids. I love that this one has a spike on it already because the one that I had that died, while I actually did have a few more leaves, it didn't ever form a spike or anything for me. Oh, look at this. So this is my first orchid from the haul. This is Phalaenopsis amabilis, Forma Irian Java 24-hour fragrance princess. So this is a Mariclone. The Irian Java form is known to be a fragrant amabilis form, and this specific clone is supposed to be 24 hours fragrant all day and night, I guess. If you go on Norman Orchid's YouTube channel, he actually talks about this specific one in general, and I did have a small seedling of this. It had some issues, and once I put it in my new grow tent back there, the issues just like kind of took over and it died. So I got this one, and look, I have two of them in here. This one's kind of funky. I'm not sure what's going on with this one, but it seems to be still alive, I guess. Yeah, it looks like this leaf is just growing kind of funky. And this one looks great. This new leaf looks healthy. The old leaves look fine. They're a little bit yellow, but this is because Norman has like really high light levels in his greenhouse, so sometimes leaves can get chlorotic from like a lot of sun, but it's not like a sickness or anything. And the roots are great. Look at that. And it's like lightly damp. So this is my Phalaenopsis amabilis, Forma Java, 24 hours, fragrant princess. I'm gonna put her to the side. And then we'll get this one out, which I'm kind of a little bit more excited about. Surprisingly, since it's kind of just like a random complex hybrid cross, but when I show you pictures of the flowers, you'll see why I was kind of obsessed to like get this one again after my old one died. And similar situation with my Java is that, well, actually it's not a similar situation, because when I put it into the grow tent, it seemed to do fine, but then it started just like dehydrating my old, well, let me show you what this is first before I go off at the mouth. So this is Phalaenopsis Summer Candy Girl, which is Hawaii Dragon Girl crossed with Phalaenopsis Summer Candy, and it's got like a pink and yellow coloration to the flowers, and I'll put a picture up somewhere in here. But when I put it in my grow tent, it just kind of like seemed to dry out. Like it didn't even seem to have any rot, and the grow tent is not any hotter than my room, it's just more humid. So I was a little bit surprised that it just kind of like dried out. And I see that some of my like weaker orchids, my Phalaenopsis particularly, some of them when they get put in the grow tent, I don't know if it's the extra humidity or whatever, because I have a little fan going in there. I'm gonna do like a little grow tent setup thing so you can see how it's going, but I do have a fan in the grow tent and an exhaust fan to sort of bring in cool air or fresh air from the room. So the temperature is generally the same as my room. It's just like maybe 10% relative humidity more humid in the grow tent. So I'm just kind of confused as to why some of them just like dry out, but luckily they had another one of these, and it has a flower spike. Interestingly, this has like a spike like a Cornucervi, because a lot of Phalaenopsis will have a lot of spaces in between these little bracts right here, which the buds come out of, and the Cornucervi tends to have really short contracted spikes like this. So I'll look into the ancestry and see if there's any Cornucervi in here, because if not, this is just a little odd. But it does seem to be growing, and I think once I put it in my grow tent, it will sort of hopefully produce more buds. And here are the roots. The roots look great, and this is actually, yeah, lightly damp too. Maybe because it's kind of been cold lately, I think like Norman's not, I don't know. I'm always trying to like figure out why they've sent things like this, just because that's kind of how my mind works. But that's dry. I mean, some people are like, all my stuff from Norman comes wet, and I have gotten some wet orchids from Norman's. Not that they've been sick or anything, but the medium has been wet. But these are more on the dry side, so yeah. Actually, since I'm here and I just picked this up yesterday, let me go and get a new plant that I got so I can show it off to you guys. Another kind of replacement for one that I killed. So this right here is now my third Nepenthes. This is Nepenthes gaia, and I got this from Sorella Orchids in Oxnard. And look at these pictures. Aren't they absolutely fabulous? Like, they're so beautiful. So this is a cross of, actually let me figure out what the cross is right now. Okay, so Nepenthes gaia is a Nepenthes, how do you even say this? I hate to do this. Cassiana cross with a Ventricosa and a Maxima cross. And actually I was reading into this Nepenthes when I first got it, the first one that I killed. And the Nepenthes Cassiana is actually fragrant, like the liquid, or like the peristome, which is the rim around the opening right here. It's like got a fragrance or something, so I'm kind of interested to see if this one will be fragrant although when I was looking online, I didn't see anything about the Nepenthes gaia being fragrant. But I thought it was interesting that, and it makes a lot of sense that some pitcher plants would like have fragrance pitchers or fragrance like pitcher juice to attract more bugs. But yeah, this one's actually got some red on it, which I find generally with like rubra orchids that are really red, they'll have like red leaves as well. And I think this one's kind of the same, and you can see more red down there. And I don't think my other Nepenthes have like a sort of red coloration that's as strong as this one, because I have a Nepenthes sanguinea, which should be like a darker one, but it doesn't have any like red on the leaves, although that may be because it's young. But my other Nepenthes, my Nepenthes ventrata, which is ventricosa crossed with alata, that one doesn't have, it just has plain green leaves too. So I don't know if that's because they're younger, because they're both a bit smaller than this one, or if it's just how they are and how this one has a lot more red on it. But I guess we'll see once they start growing more. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up with this birthday haul, and just let you know like some of my ideas for the coming future. I want to do, obviously, like I was saying, a grow tent setup, but I also wanted to review these little things. I'm gonna do a review on these Bluetooth thermometers that are really great, and I paid for them out of pocket. The company is not paying me to make a review or anything like that. No shade to the other girls, but I feel like, girl, if you get something for free even, I feel like that's sort of like subconsciously like pushing you towards a more positive review when that may not be the case. That's just my personal opinion, and no shade to the girls. Anyways, let me get my other two babies so I can get a nice ending shot, and then we can wrap this up. Okay, so this is my birthday haul. I got a Phalaenopsis amabilis Forma Arian Java, clonal name 24 Hours Fragrant Princess. I got a Nepenthes gaia, because I haven't showed you the tag on this one. And I got a Phalaenopsis Summer Candy Girl. I'm going to, hopefully I've put in pictures before of the Summer Candy Girl, and actually kind of all of these. But if I haven't, I'll put them in right here, or you've already seen them in the video. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.